Hello, I'm Matthew Way and this is Youth of Today. Each week we'll be looking at different topics that affect young people. This week we'll be looking into violence in the gaming industry and the possible repercussions it has on our future generations. In today's episode, we'll be looking at one game in particular, a game with an infamous reputation. Ill-famed by many, it's been the focus point of a lot of negative views about the gaming industry. Talking, of course, about Grand Theft Auto. This free roam, do as you please, rules don't apply game allows the user to commit a lot of obscene acts. It promotes drug use, violence, and sexual exploits. But as it's performed in a virtual world and not the real world, do these things really matter? The video games industry is one of, if not the largest, most profitable industry in the past 10 years. The video games industry is worth a whopping $66 billion, and by 2016 it is estimated that that figure will raise to $86 billion. Creating enjoyment, entertainment, and sometimes even education, video games provide so much for all generations. One of these things is giving us a way to take out the frustrations of the day, kicking back, relaxing and playing some games, entering a virtual world and immersing ourselves. We caught up with someone who's very familiar with video games artist student Adam Osborne.
I don't think overall had a negative effect. When we were kids we used to play fight a little bit, but apart from that, no, not really. I think there is a limit, but stuff like GTA and the fighting stuff, you've got to remember it is a video game. I think it's only the people with that kind of problem already, or aggressive problems, that maybe that could influence them. But the call at the moment is for more and more realistic games. So I think, I don't really know where it's going to go, but I think realism is the key at the moment, and trying to get things ultra realistic.
Still not convinced? Here's some cold hard facts for you. 83% of parents place restrictions on their children playing video games, compared to just 78% on TV. 86% of the time, children ask permission to play video games, and 64% of parents believe that video games are positive for children. Over time, these figures have fluctuated. In the history of violence in video games, a lot of stereotypes have been made.
It's got a bad aftermath, right? You bring out bad games where they got stealing, violence and stuff like that, then it's obviously going to make an effect on the people, do you know what I mean?
Video games are often seen as a contributing factor to violent murders, such as in 2004, the murder of 14-year-old Stephen Pekira. Through research, it was found the victim's parents blamed the game Manhunt, in which the press capitalised on. Despite their son playing this game, although it was later found that Warren didn't own the game. The motivation was later revealed to be an unsettled debt which was owed to Warren. This reaction from the press led to Manhunt being taken off many of the UK game stores' shelves.
As games become more realistic and more graphic, perhaps there should be more care about who gets to play them.
I think our kids grow up, because if you give them kind of baddish kind of morals through games at like a young age, then you'll kind of affect how they grow up.
The final example is the case of Devon Moore in 2003, where he stole a car, resulting in being taken into custody, then had a turn in personality and took the gun from the police officer to then shoot and kill him, continuing to kill another 2 law enforcement officers on his exit of the station, then stealing a police car for his retreat from the scene.
If you've got a family who support you and explain that what is on the screen is fantasy, then that's acceptable.
In the court hearing, it was found that Devon had spent hundreds of hours playing the video game Grand Theft Auto Vice City, where actions like the ones Devon took are part of the storyline and action involved. The prosecution said that this game is a murder simulator which trains the user how to become a killer.
People are violent, but I don't think people were violent and vulnerable before gaming.
We've all got those family members who condemn games like GTA for their violence, but should we really be listening to them? According to websites like Site Central, which focuses on human psychology, the negative effects of gaming can be built up over time. Dr. Brad Bushman said on their website that investigators found that people playing violent video games for 3 consecutive days showed increases in aggressive behaviour and hostile expectations each day they played. Take the 2011 riots, for example. Starting out as a peaceful protest turned menacingly quickly into a countrywide riot. Up and down the UK, people between the ages of 14 and 36 took part in the lawless acts which saw 3,100 people arrested. These acts of vandalism, social disorder and even murder have all coincided with the Huffington Post releasing their article which foretold of 8 lasting effects violent games have. First-hand role in killing, disrespecting women, resolving issues with violence, desensitizing killing, blurring lines between reality and virtual make-believe. Point 5, most worryingly, was definitely proven in the London riots. Not only were there lots of violent clashes with the police, but 5 people also lost their lives. Some of them just shopkeepers, simply just trying to defend their own shops. Here we have Mrs. Fladbury, a teacher in an area of Birmingham that regularly sees younger generations conflicting with police and others. We asked her if she thought the glorification of crime and violence as seen in Grand Theft Auto 5 affected people that she may even teach. That brings us to the end of this episode. Hopefully we've brought to light some of the main issues surrounding this subject, including the case of Stefan Pekira, where a game was accused of being the motive behind his murder. We also brought you the views of the general public, and if you'd like to join them in the debate, you can tweet us using the hashtag YouthOfToday. Join me next week, where we'll be looking at the effects of music and the possible repercussions that has on our future generations.